Hey, this is Liz Bentley, and today I want to talk about how you can change yourself to change an environment you're in. What I mean by this is I see a lot of clients who feel like they're kind of trapped in something, in a relationship, in a situation, in all kinds of circumstances where they feel like there's nothing they can do to change the circumstance, but there's always something you can do. So I want to give a couple examples to what I mean. Let's say you're in a business partnership and you feel like the person you're working with is not carrying their weight. And you kind of alluded to it or you feel like you've talked about it. But the question is, have you been direct enough? Have you really had the full conversation? Have you talked about divvying up the split differently or the expenses? Have you discussed what the responsibilities could be or made all the lists of job responsibilities that each person has so you can illuminate what's going on? Or are they actually doing more work than you think and you just don't actually have the right information? Okay? Or let's come up with another scenario. Let's say you have a boss that's really demanding, short-tempered, and doesn't do a great job listening. Are you learning to constantly deliver your message, whether it's written or verbal, in a way that they can hear you and you can get the information you need quickly without getting them frustrated? And are you pushing yourself to the next level so that you don't make mistakes and you keep them happy and performing at the level that they're demanding? There's always something that you can change in yourself. And by the way, sometimes the change is that it's time to shift yourself and leave or go to a different dynamic or split up the partnership. Those things can be the answers, but I often find they're not. I often find that my clients actually just need to change themselves. And when they change themselves, the people around them change. And even if the people around you don't change, by pushing yourself to rise, you're never going in the wrong direction. So let's start with the tips. The first one is always look at what you need to change first. What do you need to change about yourself to make this circumstance better? And I want you to dig really deep here. Get out of your head all of the things the other person is doing wrong. What I find is the reason why people can't shift is because they're obsessed with thinking about what's wrong with the other person in the equation. So stop thinking of their faults and look for where you need to make a change. The second thing I want you to realize is that this change is going to happen in multiple steps. See, we have the mistake of thinking we're just going to have one conversation and then it's going to be over. It's not. It's going to be multiple conversations. So recognize coming out of the gate, it's going to be multiple conversations. Number 3, start having the conversation and hear their perspective. You've been listening to your own head so much, you probably don't really know how they feel. Even if it's with your boss, think about why they're getting so frustrated and why they are short-tempered. And stop making excuses around it. Most bosses just want really great work. And if you're delivering great work, they're really happy. So stop coming up with the excuses for why you're not doing it. Understand their perspective and you'll have a better view of how to move forward. Okay. 4, get moving on your plan, okay? And give it some deadlines. Don't make a plan that's going to happen in the next 5 months. Create a plan and get it done right now. And once you take the first step, you'll start to see the second and third and fourth unfold as you go along. You'll also start to see more of the shifts that you need to make. Last but not least, always remember, the only person you're changing is you. So good luck out there, and I'll see you next Tuesday.